Oh, yeah, I completely forgot that I was live. I was literally too busy with something. It's just been really, really. Saints Row, anyone? Saints Row. Just because you don't have them, don't mean that you can't rock them. One day, guys, you see me like this. Well, I don't see you as a whore either. You don't. Sheesh, that's like awkward reading in a third-person perspective and then going to that. It's so fucking weird. And right now I'm like legit trying to figure out how to fix my goddamn thing so that way I can see my comments on YouTube. There we go, I gotta manage my shit again. I gotta remove my account, then I gotta re-add my account because, well, it's not really gonna let me add it manually, so I gotta re-add my account again. Then in order to make that, app. I don't think anybody wants to add that much brain damage to their life. Is it getting these fucking things from? Resetting passwords and rewriting them is fucking stupid. Even for me, it's fucking stupid. I gotta deal with all this crap, and then I gotta authenticate all this crap. It's like... Believe me, I take no pleasure in none of this garbo. I don't even know if I'm actually live from all this crap, and I gotta authenticate. Sorry about that. I gotta do this manually. See where the hell the game audio is at. Alright, well I turned down the game audio 20 decibels and I'm lowering down my voice input by 8 decibels. Alright, there you go. Oh great, they updated the game. Oh, so I gotta create a new game. Otherwise, it's not going to save correct. It says game world, South Big Mountains. Yeah. My ass. Now, what was I going to do? New random world gen. Then we're going to make it a giganormous mountain. Then we're going to have to make it an entirely new random gen, disabled, 300%. Airdrops are on, 41 player, killing region of the map location is going to be in Central America. Then we're calling this map 2.0. Now I'm doing pretty good. Earlier today I kind of had like a major malfunction with OBS, and then I had a serious malfunction with Google because it just, and I'm going to lay it out there like this. Google did not do me really any good over the last like 4 hours. I think it's been 4 hours since my last stream, and I also had to delete it because I had somebody playing some copyrighted music from Mexico all over my channel, and they were blasting it in the bathroom. And I'm not about to be sued or given another warning by another music label. So, in perspective, I'm doing pretty well, but because YouTube and OBS kind of took a major crap on me because OBS had basically rendered my video format and the game upside down for like, I think it was 30 or 40 minutes that I was playing the game. I can't remember how long it was, but for a while my entire screen was upside down and OBS wasn't letting me fix it due to some graphical error involving the coding in the program itself. Then I had an audio problem after that when I did some testing. I began noticing issues, and then I had to completely restart OBS. I also had to delete every input and then put every input back on there. So it was a bit complicated. How have you been, Anxiety? I need to do an audio check. Give me a second. Okay, seems to be perfect. Yeah, because I was in my previous live stream lobby when I was running my last live stream, and after terminating my live stream, it automatically switched me over from my current room that I was inside of from my own personal lobby and my own live stream to some random person's live stream, and ended up causing some major havoc in their channel unintentionally without even realizing it, because I still thought I was in my own chat room. It turns out somewhere Google had a stroke and then sent me to somebody else's live stream, and I didn't touch anything. That's good. Just remember to choose your first gun wisely. And congratulations on graduating. But like I said, choose your first gun wisely. It could be the difference between life and death. Preferably, I'm a fan of the 357, mostly because it's got speed and some stopping power, but mostly speed. If you're looking to buy a rifle, 5.56 is middle ground. 7.62 might be slightly slower than 5.56, but if you tag a person, it's guaranteed that they will fall or stumble. Tag a person with a 5.56 round, and they may stumble, but they will not fall. If you live in the state of Texas, I don't think you need concealed carry anymore due to recent laws that passed involving gun regulation. You may not require a concealed carry license. Glocks are a good starting weapon depending on the caliber you're going for. They have them in 40, 45, 38 special, 357, 9mm, 22, and I believe this really weird awkward round, but you would have to look over on the German page for Glock, not the Glock America page. I think it's the same thing you can find in 5.7. That's good. Make sure you hold your weapon proud, but safely and responsibly. And don't let nobody take it from you. Or, translation for that, don't let nobody try to take your gun rights from you. It used to be a right to have a gun in the state of Texas. Used to be. No idea if it still is. It was one of many famed and beloved rights that everyone had. Just remember, when owning a gun, you cannot have it preloaded, meaning there can't be one already in the chamber. And if you ever plan to use a firearm, make sure you're in visible view of a dash cam and that it shows you pulling the slide back, not squeezing the trigger right off the bat. Just letting you know, if you live in Texas and Texas law, or pretty much anywhere in the United States, you want that first round to not be in your chamber. You want to be seen pulling a slide back, in most cases, in the event you accidentally kill the person you're trying to defend yourself from. Not saying you will, but in that event, you definitely want to be seen pulling the slide back. There's just weird regulation and law form factors that play into the whole thing. It makes it rather hard for people who own firearms to use them because of the severe complications between point A and point B. Which is why I tend to keep myself to myself, particularly when it comes to hassling problems and trouble. Now, what was I doing? $153 to the next upgrade. Hey, you know what number value is AA or AB? It comes right after trillions. Helpful advice: if you ever go to the range and you're there, when you're done unloading your magazine, make sure the magazine is popped out of the gun and that the slide is back. Also, make sure to tell people clear, meaning that the gun is clear of any obstruction or bullets, so that way they know that the weapon is not loaded. Need to make sure to practice that one as well. Because you don't want to get kicked out of the range. Seeing plenty of people come and go in that type of place. 1 minute they're at the range, the next minute they can't come back. Personally, for me, people in my family thought they couldn't trust me with a firearm for shit. And they always thought I'd turn around, and as soon as I had a gun, I'd turn around and shoot all of them. But unfortunately, my family knows nothing about me or what I've done with my life. also don't know anything about my experiences either. Which is why I consider my family morons. They always think the worst of me. Which is why I usually don't talk to them. In perspective, I still love my people that come here and watch me. Right now, while the map is generating, I'm over here playing a game. If you can guess what game that is, then kudos to you. Right now, it's pretty much just button mashing fun. I'm being sarcastic when I say fun. Really isn't. Yeah, people in the household do see people like that. Yeah, I'd love to go out there to the range and stuff myself, but unfortunately, Texas laws have things and stuff like that. And I had a rocky road growing up as a kid, being accused of everything and having no family to back me up or to prove my innocence. So, unfortunately, in the state of Texas, I have no clue if I can legally own a firearm. However, I do have possession of them, and I refuse to let that portion of my amendments disappear simply because somebody didn't like what I was doing or because I lived the free life that I lived. And I was really living a free life, to be quite honest. Kind of reminded me of Die Hard, Live Free or Die Hard a little bit. But point being was, I didn't let mild things bother me when I was younger. But in most cases, people wanted to take my civil liberties as a child. Ever since I was in kindergarten, people wanted to either see me cut in the yard or in prison behind bars because they thought my dad was from Iraq. The supposed nation that attacked the United States. When really it was just a false flag act. And as a child, I continued to state self-inflicted American attack as a child. Doesn't make me a non-American person for knowing the truth about 9/11, and it doesn't make me a non-American person for actually having a friend who him and his mom were there during the collapse of the Twin Towers. And his mom was a rich white lady. And yes, I said a rich white woman. I was friends with her son, and during that time, cell phones were taking off in technological advancements. And her son had the phone, and I decided to call him because he was in New York. He was actually there when the Twin Towers went off. His mom and dad were making all the commentary. So I knew what happened on that day. I knew exactly what his dad said. I'm not going to say what I'm going to say, but yeah. You know, you make your enemies whenever you do things that are wrong in life. Personally, I don't blame that whole country for hating this country at all. I pretty much say they're entitled to it at this point. Other than that, from what I learned over my lifetime and experience of being alive, I gotta say, people treated me like I was some kind of enemy of the state as a child. Simply because I didn't see things the way they did. I still don't. So if people ask me about how do you feel about 9/11, and I tell them straight out, you mean the self-inflicted American attack? Yeah, I felt that day was a bit of a rocky road for me because, you know, living in the world's worst part of the country to live in, which at the time when it happened, the worst place to be brown and, you know, a Mexican or just brown in general, as they called it. Yeah, the worst place to be would have been Texas. If you were alive during that time, dude, you would have seen all the violence and racial actions that were taken. I'm talking about white people going around, and I mean, they were just laying waste to anyone that was brown and looked like they were from that country. They burned people alive on a stake. Like, it was awful. That was the worst time to be alive. I couldn't even go outside for months. And I wasn't even here for that long. Before everything got really bad, we left to Mexico. That was when we found out that, like, 3 hours after we left to Mexico, one of our neighbors had said that a bunch of Caucasian people came busting down a door to our house and burned down the apartment while we were gone. Because they thought we were in there. They broke the door down and threw Molotovs inside of the apartment house and burned it down to the ground. They didn't care if there were kids in there or not. It was awful. I wouldn't wish that kind of thing on anyone. And survival was rough. Living in Mexico actually opened my eyes to the general ideal form factor of what poverty looked like. So I had a pretty good idea what it was like to be a poor person when I was young. But you know, the funny part was, whether I was rich or poor, I was still a happy person. Although that really did piss off people who were always asking me how come I'm so happy when I got so little. And I said, I don't know, as long as I'm far away from here, I was happy. I kind of wish I never left Mexico, but then if I did, well, I probably wouldn't know you, or anyone else for that fact. I wouldn't have met so many colorful characters in life. In fact, I'd probably be still sitting down over there in Mexico on my Thunderbird or whatever. I'd probably have a Monte Carlo too by now. One of the few things in life I looked forward to when I was living there was getting my hands on the El Camino, the Monte Carlo, and the Thunderbird. And the Thunderbird was my grandpa's car. He had that in the back. 440 cubic inch engine. Pure American muscle. Sitting in the back with a supercharger. You believe that right there, man? The old man actually had some American muscle on hand. I never thought he would have a muscle car in the garage. But the old man had that car before my dad, then he gave it to my dad, and then my dad souped up that car, and it's just been sitting in the garage at their house. I never saw that car until the day I went down to Mexico to go live there for a while. It was amazing. The Monte Carlo was inside the neighbor's yard, so if I wanted that car, I had to come up with $900. And they would give me the Monte Carlo and everything. I would have had some fun. And then for the Thunderbird wouldn't have cost me too much. Okay. There we go. I got rid of them. But yeah, there was a lot of things that I could have had access to if I had just stayed in Mexico. I could have had access to some very expensive American muscle cars. I could have restored those vehicles for dirt cheap price in Mexico with all original OEM factored, like original equipment manufactured parts. And when it came to those cars are priceless classics. I wouldn't sell them even if my wife told me to. And I tell her straight up, if I hold on to these cars until the year 2012 or maybe 2018 or 2020 comes around, I could sell that car for a fortune. Nowadays, you want to buy a fully restored General Motors car or something of that range and stuff like that, you're gonna be spending well over 100 grand for an all original equipment manufacturing, all OEM. It's gonna be well over 100 bucks. Come on, dude. This guy's freaking chin is literally right there. Sit down, you freaking bum. Give my arrow back, you loser. You're writing the chicklets, but you costed me 5 arrows. Yeah, those were nice cars back in the day. It was mostly because you could really modify them. That was the whole reason why I wanted them. You could modify them and everything. Yeah, my dad, instead of keeping those cars, those hot rods he had, he sold them when we were kids. I told him, how come you didn't keep those muscle cars? I would have loved to have had that car. He was like, it's too much, even for you. And I said, I don't care. A muscle car is a muscle car. American muscle is hard to come by, so, you know, take your opportunities while you got them. That was pretty much what I told my dad. He sold the cars to the neighbors next door like a dummy. And then they sold those cars for like, it was more than $100,000 for some. I guess they saw some American people that were coming to look for stuff, American citizens, because they were in Mexico and they were looking to buy some cars. They decided to go ahead and ask them if they would sell them the car, and they made $100,000 off of each one. They made bank. That money could have put me in college. Or better, it would have pretty much taken me out of the world of poverty as a child. But point being is that those were very expensive cars at the time. And they were just, personally I'd say the vehicles were well worth it, well deserved. And in my case, I'd say that those cars were pretty much like, because they were my dad's cars, they were part of his legacy. I gotta say, the least he could have did was left me one of those cars so I'd have a ride instead of, you know, wasting my time when I got out of high school and stuff. When I told him that, I said, you didn't think about giving any of those cars to your kids? And he's like, why would I? It's like, it's dangerous to drive those cars. And I said, it might be dangerous, but it's better than having no car fresh out of high school. And I said, instead of complaining that you gotta drive us here and there, if we get our driver's license or driver's permits, we could drive ourselves to the doctor. That was what we told him. And stuff like that, but he wasn't really thinking like that either. He pretty much thought that he had to do everything for us, and I told him, one of these days we're gonna be without a car. And we're gonna probably be in our 20s and 30s, and we're gonna have no car. Because you sold them. And now that he thinks about it nowadays, he actually regrets selling those cars. And he even told me that. he regrets selling those cars because when he saw how expensive it was going to get after I told him years in advance that by the time that we get old enough and we get out of high school and we want to go buy a car, they're going to be more than $40,000. And wouldn't you know it, to buy a car whenever I was fresh out of high school, the cheapest car you could get was $27,000. And that's on MSRP. That's not including the inflated tax ratio that they're going to add to the car, which would have added another $8,000 or $7,000 to the vehicle. That's like 1 year of college thrown away in the trash. And at that time, to go to college was only $33,000. If I had those old school cars, I would have been driving around and going to college instead of saving up money, paying for a cell phone bill so that my boss can call me and tell me blah blah blah. If you don't get your dumb ass over here to work, you're fired. But the point being was just, that was kind of like the whole point. And I will definitely check to see if you have 7 days to die. It's like an adult version of Minecraft. If you ever come on down to Texas, I could direct you to a firing range if you need it. But I only know about the firing ranges in the capital of Texas, which is Austin. It may become a little expensive due to recent changes in the demographic and the gentrification of the generalized population and the sudden increase of homeless life. So don't think of it as your problem or your fault, but do think of it as the problem that the people that moved here to this state thinking they were going to rake in money like how they were living over there in California. You could think of it as their fault for making it an unsustainable place to live. Because in perspective, they made it highly unsustainable for even regular people. Oh, I could have put it in this hole. Well, I better see how far that freaking line extends. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move it in a couple of blocks outward and dig a hole out here. Alright, let's go ahead and get in the land claim block. Gotta make a new one. How far does it extend out here to this side? Yep, about the same range as it is to go all the way over there. So if I dial it back a little bit but leave 2 blocks out, that means any infected that spawn in randomly will spawn in just outside of the fence, giving me a definitive defensive opportunity. Don't ask me how don't ask me how I know that. I just happen to know that if I don't have that block centered correctly, it can cost me big time. Tools and traps, huh? Well, I'm gonna need a stone shovel in order to do this portion of it. I need to go out there and count how many blocks I'm actually outside of the generalized area. This is 2 blocks, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this line right here is 1, 2, so we're gonna put this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 blocks out. And if I start from the current lineup from this general area, which is right here, I need to make sure that this lineup is according with the lineup inside and how many blocks are actually remaining. I need to make sure there's plenty of space, so I need to move this right here to right about here. If I move it right here, it should be just inside the range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll place this here, activate the fence. This is several blocks in. This may have been over-calculated or under-calculated. Yeah, it's just in front of the line, which means it's in a bad placement. But I need to check the other side of the fence. How many blocks am I over? Yeah, I'm like 8 blocks over. So that means right here. Okay. Topsoil requires 16 soil. Okay, wow. I got the first portion of what I need completed. Ow. This freaking bottle cap is actually cutting into my hands now. Oh, you're drinking a Smirnoff Ice. Okay. Now to check the positioning. Yeah, correctly placed on one side. I got a town behind me. I need to loot that immediately. 2, 3, 3 blocks out. That's good enough. I don't got time to really be making middle cases, because then if I do, it'll be right here. If I wanted to do the break even. Which I probably should make it even. Well, whatever the case be, I'm just going to leave it like that. I gotta go put all this extra crap up. So I'm going to leave this right here like that. Put that in there, put away that. I'm going to sell that as soon as I find the trading post guy. Gotta take the cash with me. Coffee's going to stay with me. That's going to go right there. This is coming with me. That's going away. It's going away. The oil's staying with me. Sandwine's staying with me. Gas is going to stay with me. Lead is going to stay. Cobblestone is going to stay. The brass radiators are going with me. The metal, which will create metal armor, is going to stay with me. Shotgun parts are going to stay with me. That's going to go. Chili I'm leaving behind so I can make chili dogs later. This is all the crap I'm going to sell. Now I got to craft a lame ass wooden club, which I'm then going to scrap. Other than that, as long as I leave this green forest field out, this little generalized field or whatever you want to call it, open, I should be just fine. Need to find a stupid bird nest. Man, that was a far way to go over there. Ooh, there's no trader. This is a ghost town. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Well, let's slap this regular block down. We'll go ahead and do the whole whack, whack, whack. Play this campfire in a little bit. I need to see what's on the workbench. So I'm literally next to a ghost town. Hold on. Let me go ahead and go into Steam and take a look at your profile first. Let's go into friends. Let's view profile. You got something called Black Squad, Unturned, Arma 3, which I still don't know how to play that. You got what looks like an epic icon with an epic background to match it up with. And I don't think I can see the games you own. Let's see what else is on here. Let's see. Oh, it says you got it there. There we go. Rise to Arma 3, Team Fortress True, War Thunder, Unturned, VR Chat, Fallout New Vegas, which there's a multiplayer mod on Nexus mods or something like that. Black Squad, Dirty Bomb, Gary's mod, which I have. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I don't have that installed currently. Realms Royale. There's actually that on mobile now. Pixel Arc, Left 4 Dead 2, BattleBit Remastered, Argo, Dead Frontier 2, a complicated game that I played, Terraria. You have 0.6 hours into that game, but apparently you own it. Trove, Don't Starve Together. I think I have that on my Epic account. Fallout 3. I had that game, but not for PC. Got it for PS3. 76. Lily's Will, SCP, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, but on the test server. SCP Containment Breach, you got apparently Rust and Realm Royale test servers. You also have Halo Infinite multiplayer. But you don't have that game, if you're wondering, anxiety. You are not in possession of 7 Days to Die. I will tell you this, if you're used to playing games like this, or you're not used to playing games like this, well then, the game's going to bring you a lot of entertainment. If you're used to playing zombie survival games that are built kind of like Minecraft design, you might get bored of it after a couple of hours, but this really depends on the difficulty and the level of difficulty you have it on. I just got through drinking a malt liquor. I mostly got it today so I could take the edge off. It's kind of weird whenever you live a stressful life, even though it's supposed to be stress-free. But, you know, you do your best. Never judge a book by its cover. And never poop on a hamster. Something like that. Believe me, those two words don't belong together, but somewhere along the line that came across my mind. But at the same time, it also crossed my mind because of some weird thing that I remember seeing. It was where this anime guy and this, I guess, half-wolf girl was munching on apples or something on the back of a cart. On the back of this guy's cart. And he says, you know, if you keep eating apples like that, I'm going to be more convinced you're a hamster instead of a wolf. And then she bashed the guy's head with a apple core. I can't exactly remember where I saw it, but I remember I was looking it up when I was looking for inspirational pictures of wolves. Just can't remember exactly where I seen it. Yeah, it was bothering me. Oh, okay, the trading post is like way over there. Word of advice for those of you who may or may not know this. And this is something for the adult ears only. Or I guess if you're a teenager, you're going to look it up either way. If you're going to Rule 34 something, you should remember that Rule 34 on the internet is that if it exists, there's an adulterated version of it. If you're a kid, don't bother looking it up because it's going to ruin your childhood. Believe me, it did when somebody told me about that. And ever since then, I never looked at Shrek the same. Of course, I still enjoy the hilarious comedy and antics from it, but I just don't look at it the same no more. Oh yeah, I forgot I was starving to death over here. Better eat this. Gonna smash this open first. It's amazing whenever you know somebody on the internet and they think a large is somewhat small, and they find out that a large means large. I don't really got time for looting. I gotta get down to the trading post as soon as possible. I was gonna pick up some eggs and some freaking material and stuff like that. And fortunately I managed to loot some brass radiators in the beginning of this garbo. Otherwise I'd be pretty poor and broke and unable to afford some things. If I'm lucky, I might be able to find some honey, or maybe some antibiotics. Uh-oh. Back off, Tubby Mura. Fortunately, he didn't charge after me with those bloated fat legs of his. It probably would have started a fire with all the friction. Oh man. Oh, that was a burn. That was a burn and a half. I got another one of these guys. Lurkers. They don't really got much of any sound, but they do charge at you for a minute. It's like there's some lead around me, which is good. There's lead. Got a double straight on the road. Please, random chance of honey. Even though you're very, 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 very low, there's still that one dumb random chance that a honey jar will come out of it. Really, dude? Come on, I was writing chiclets. Try to discount him. Trying to discount damage that guy, man. What was I trying to do? Because I got this, we're going down to my intellect and we're going to better barter. So I can get a little bit more golden dukes back for everything I'm going to sell them. This gives me like I think a 5 or a 10% increase. The most I'm getting is 30% out of the salesman. But increasing my barter does open up the back room with better options. And while I'm still alive and kicking, I better collect plenty of feathers so I have plenty of arrows to spare over. Every time they update this game, any save files you have from before do become somewhat unstable. Holy crap, this guy dropped a loot bag. And he dropped a freaking rank 2 fire axe. Thank you. Well, that's going to help with early on preparations. Now all I need is the forged iron to create the repair kits. See if I'll find some in a busted up car. Nope. Nothing, but it did give me some material to sell before I reach the trade post. It's a bit of cement. Some lockpicks, they'll come in handy in the event the guy actually has a safe. I need to move my headquarters over to a much closer environment if I want to be able to make it. That helped me out a bit. I doubt this guy's got anything I'm looking for. Usually whenever you find wrecks, you know, wrecked, as in you're riggedy wrecked. His trading deals are pretty shite. But the places that are nearby you can loot are pretty valuable. Personally, the only thing I could say is this guy really has not much to trade. In the sense, in the word. Their deals are pretty shitty. But if you manage to do pretty good with this guy, and get up to rank 3, some of the rewards you don't get anywhere else. Alright, there we go. Go ahead and dig through all his shelves. See how much
Everything's for sale, even to an idiot like you.
Ooh, let's see what's in here. Oh, 271 dukes, that's a nice payout. Didn't have to spend anything. Trust me, I tried getting into his room before. A little harder than expected. I'll tell you that much.
Block, you can't say I'm not surprised.
Yeah, let me see your inventory, you joker. Already made 1,000 golden dukes. Shall we keep that? I sell the lead and every piece of brass I just broke down. 42 for that. Gonna sell them all the lead. There's no point in holding on to it if I can't do anything with it. Made total of 1802. And nothing he's really got on them is really useful. The pipe rifle would be useful if I actually brought the rounds with me. Stun baton would be a pretty good useful weapon for the beginning. Might have to go with the serrated item though. It's also got a crossbow. It's the iron crossbow. Don't think it fires regular arrows. I think that one is the crossbow launcher. High power rounds are very useful, but not if I don't have a pistol yet.
Be careful out there. You wouldn't want to get hurt.
Alright. That's everything I'm gonna need. Plus I need to go back to the ghost town. Before I do any of that. Let's go ahead and apply the wood splitter mod. Delete that. There was an enemy right there, but he seems to have despawned. Alright, level 4. One skill. Executioner, Better Barter, the Daring Adventurer. Advanced Engineering 1 would help me out if I actually had the tools. But I don't. Need to begin checking every possible location I could go to find loot. Okay. Literally smashed that guy's head open like a watermelon. That's good. I don't know if it's good RNG, whatever that is. I completely forgot what that was, to be honest with you. Looking for honey. Best place to start would be a gas station. Or a pile of random medicine. Back up, Mr. Fishy Fish. Don't make me bust that ass. Okay, don't need the chrysanthemum. Don't know why I have a campfire inside of my inventory, but I do. No honey yet. That's not good. I'm going to explode if I don't get any honey. Close the door. Do. Yeah, throw away the seeds. Next time, keep those goldenrod flowers that come in handy in the event I get dysentery. Scrap that aside. Paper's only good when creating shotgun slugs, unless they require scrap polymers now. Not much of any last words I have here, man. Back up. You're like Busta Rhymes' ugly sister. Just me and you, Tubby. Alright. That was a terrible strategy. And believe me, it did not pay off. In the end. Click. 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 Clack. Tadamo. Yeah, that's right, there's a dog back there. I'm not going to waste my time with that. That animal's going to rip me to shreds. I haven't even leveled up enough to even put on a hat. Alright, looks like it's time to return back to this lousy trader and make some more golden dukes off of him. Then I'm going to start calling him the Duke. As long as I have a stupid viral infection on me, it's not going to really help me either.
You're not bringing counterfeit money in here, are you?
How about you? You're bringing a counterfeit chin? Looks pretty fake to me. Got about 30 pieces of them. I ain't gonna need them if I'm gonna be dead. Should probably save those. But everything else I'm gonna have to keep on.
Don't let the door hit you on your way out. Cha-ching! Thanks, buddy.
Should be a doctor's office around here. We got approximately 4 hours to get into town and then get back home before I get mauled to death. Back off. Back off, lady. Get out of here. You abandoned your post. Now you pay price. Could loot the diner. Could have something I need. Could also check this car too. Yeah, at the ratio I'm going, I might as well make some Molotovs while I'm at it. Save that mist. Well, you need to go to sleep, young lady. You too, young man. You need to go to sleep. And now they went down with their hippity hop. You've got something on your shoe. Really? Just some bubble gum. Okay, I took down the Chingak's crew. Not like beating out some brains. This reminds me of that movie. It was called The Mankey of Wall Street. It was a Pokemon that was all about doing big in the game and winning at life at all costs. Ooh, some freaking armor. Check, please. Oh, it wasn't honey, it was sham chowder. Close enough. Well, at least we're getting these high, rich quality foods early on in the game. They'll cure my hunger and my thirst. Some of them might have medicinal purposes. I might get an advanced form of rabies. Oh yeah, that's right, anything next to this loser's base I can't loot. I gotta make sure I find someone else to do trading business with. Because this person isn't gonna be giving me a good deal.
Even to an idiot like you.
20% bartering, huh?
You cheap son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're one to talk. See what I can squeeze out of you. Yeah, you can sit on those hot wings. Got some first aid bandages, which are good. Yeah, you can take those too. Can't get anything out of that. That's about it. Could barter him for the serrated blade mod, but what good would that do me? I got 10 and I only got 5.
Shit, man. I treat you that good and you don't even fucking tip me.
Here's a tip. You can sit on this tip. Gross. Oh, man. It's like live chat crashed. I guess do it in activity. It's like, I treat you good and you don't even fucking tip me. Here's a tip. You can sit on this one. Call them sticky fingers from now on. Anybody else chilling in here? Nope. Might go loot all my crap and slowly bring it over here overnight and then turn this into my base. The only downside is the fence won't be very protected. It's sort of a bald spot and a bit of a hardship. In order to armor up this place, I would need to tear it apart completely, break down the fences and the walls, because the walls are not upgradable. So how's your day, Anxiety? Get your broke ass on out of here, you lame ass bird. Stupid animal. Gotta eat this too while I'm at it. It's my only quick source of protein and HP. Climb all the way to the top of the tower, baby. And found an assault rifle. Particularly a pipe assault rifle, so it's not really a real assault rifle. Now here comes the crappy part. You know, in real life, whenever you're climbing down off of radio towers, they're not built like this anymore, with a pre-designed ladder. And the reason why they're not built with a pre-designed ladder anymore is to prevent people from climbing onto the tower and getting to the top and then jumping off, because people used to do that. People always used to climb up on these towers and destroy radio equipment and cellular tower antennas because they were unhappy with their cable provider. So they removed the classic ladder setup, and now you got to put on these special shoes with special shoe straps that go on the bottom of your shoe so that you can latch onto the system to climb all the way up the tower now. In perspective, it's rather dangerous that way, because if you actually fell off or if you became fatigued too much, you have a higher chance of breaking your leg from being on the tower. And especially if there's no way to climb back down and take a rest, or your body all of a sudden feels like it's going to give out. But I hope you got a good throwing arm and your harness swings all the way around in order to hold yourself up there. Most people don't have a harness that they can throw all the way around the thing and capture on the other side. So when climbing up towers, you gotta be careful. Like me, I've climbed up one of those radio towers when I was younger, just to see what it was like at the top. I was curious, but I wanted to go up there because I had nothing better to do. That's kind of like my only source of entertainment.
Oh, you want a guarantee, huh? Well, maybe you should try Shamway.
Alright, I pretty much looted everything. It's time to go deposit the rest of this junk back at my house and then move from there. I might switch up the stream and then go play War Thunder, assuming the game will stabilize again. Considering I already found a pipe assault rifle, it's pretty good. I got a couple of rounds sitting back at home in the ghost town. Just outside that minor army outpost. I also gotta go to the bathroom and pee. That also reminds me, I gotta grab I got 2 bottles of water in here, so I should be fine. Ooh. Oh man. I should probably make a poem out of it. Nay, said the horse before trekking down the muddy path. Couldn't afford to be a snake, so I don't know why you even tried. Slap, slap. Ooh. Like Thought Mageddon over there thought he had an opportunity. But all he did was get backhanded. Almost there. Then I can go deposit all this garbo after making those boxes that'll really hold it. Renameable storage. Let's go down here. Writable storage times 3. Nice to find some pills. It's good for my general discretion and ideological functions. Might want to just create this and then just load it all up into here first. Everything I shouldn't be carrying on me should be in there. Anything I should be carrying on me should be in here. So that, I gotta keep with me. That, keep with me. That, the eggs could stay behind. Most of the food's gotta go with me, so that's that. Most of the rifle ammunition that I just got, it's gotta come with me. The wood has to come with me. Looks like everything else could sit tight until further notice. Along with storage containers. Lockpicks gotta come with me, glass jars gotta stay behind. Molotovs coming with me. Grub coming with me. A bone knife is gonna stay. Alright. Somewhat some useful items. Okay, I'll be right back. Give me a second. Gotta go to the bathroom. Just put up my BRB sign. Hey, Noah. Okay, I'm back. Whoops. Need to go see what that text message is about. Before I even continue with that. Okay, I'm back. Whoops. Let's see what that text message is about. Continue with that. 9:47. This is about an hour ago. I was just like super busy. This is about an hour ago. Just like super busy. And I actually do feel bad that I didn't reply back to her or whatever. Just really busy figuring things out. I actually do feel bad that I didn't reply back to her or whatever. Just really busy figuring things out. Alright. Oops, forgot to leave the gas. Hopefully one of those lame ass buildings has meds in it. Alright. Sometimes I wish I could meet certain people. Live free or die hard. I'm still laughing at those Ginger Billy videos. His murder truck. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Dude was sporting a dominatrix mask. Shit made me laugh. Food's food. Hello, Senor Bunny. Pero, Senor Duck. Never knew the furnace was lootable. Man, I was missing out on wondrous loot. Alright, which one of you extra crispy fools is gonna come flying around the corner? Need to reinforce these doors. I'm gonna be looting this town one by one. Let me rephrase some words from a earlier age Bugs Bunny cartoon. This town ain't gay enough for the two of us. That was an actual meme I remember a girl posting. And yes, she was gay. But she was funny. You meet a girl who tickles your fancy, and then she goes straight for ye. Go straight for ye. Then she realizes she's not really that gay, then wants to poke thee in the back. Wait, was that what I was thinking it was? Nope. They'll definitely fix my carry weight issue. It's not what I was looking for. Would have been nice to have these vitamins on hand at the beginning. Please, antibiotics. ¿Pero qué? ¿Por qué? Oh boy, couldn't afford the new transaction history. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop beating up on this building. Okay. Well, looks like I increased my carry weight ratio. And I fell through the only goddamn hole on the fucking bridge. Way to go, Sherlock. Really shows your intelligence. So you don't got none. Okay, so I basically did all this to tear apart a piece of iron, I guess. Might as well just take the iron while I can. I can use it to reinforce my headquarters. Apply some of this Band-Aid cream. Looks like there's more below. Really? I guess obviously if there was a wooden table underneath, it'd be right there. But more below that? Still didn't find what I was looking for. First aid kit don't come with no antibiotic properties. I think. Let me check. Saturated laceration, health, abrasion, stop bleeding. Yeah, no real help. So, Ranger's Guide to Archery 7. I don't think I got that unless all of a sudden I managed to get it. Nope. 20% chance to have a greater knockdown probability. Let's modify that, see if any bullets fall out. Okay. That's it for this building. Move on to the next dump. What is a telefono? Well, not telefono is una... I'm not even gonna say it in Spanish. That's a mouthful even for me. Come on, dude. At least you could have did was go to sleep first. Come on, dude. If you're gonna cheat for the bastard, at least say you're gonna give him cheats. Okay, we'll just scrap it then. it's like it's starting to take its toll on me. Cure fatigue and disease resistance 100%. Not going to be very helpful anytime soon. Better collect some rocks while I can. Tikka masala might be coming back up. Yes, I do eat Indian food. I eat Chinese food. I eat Japanese food. I eat foods I love to eat. The guy said, "You just mad because you ain't got a gold mecha crab." What the? Oh God, you're ugly. Jesus Christ. I hated you when you were alive. Kaboom. Kumquat Kahantas. Kumquat Phi. Tava. That's good. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I haven't broken my Roner yet, so I don't see why I'd need it. Oh God, there's two big ladies in here, and they're not even good looking. What up, them bloomers, lady? Nobody wants to see that green you got going on down there. If you're wondering about 7 Days to Die mods, there are some pretty good mods available at Alpha 19. There are some pretty creative mods. No idea if they have any mods that have been updated recently for much more recent alphas, for those who were wondering. Come on, dude, that's all chin on this fool, and you gonna tell me that ain't hitting him? You gonna tell me this guy's glass chin ain't getting smacked up? Alright, man, I'm getting tired of that crap. Okay, there's no way that clown's glass chin is surviving each and one of those blows. Better be some goddamn match, motherfucker. Can't win all the time, can you? does somebody want from me? I will be right back. I'll see if I can get a bite to eat for tonight. Because I didn't really eat much for dinner. So, give me about maybe 15, 20 minutes or something. I'll be back. If you're still in chat or watching Anxiety, that's pretty cool. I'll be back in a moment. I'm gonna go to the gas station with them. More or less, they're asking me to come. So it's not like I have a choice. I'll just restart the stream whenever I come back, but I'm leaving. Going to leave it on BRB. Alright?